Yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number two. Two blues, a red, and a noisy neighbor.
Noisy neighbor isn't here today, but
Noisy neighbor isn't here
yeah.
today. We got the Chelsea Blue, Hamid, me, the host, alongside with me, other blue, Kudus Lucy, straight from Chicago.
I let your boy. Yep.
Yeah,
We all a bunch of Iraqis out here, you know what I'm saying? So,
that's the man. That's the
yep,
man in his house.
yep.
And
Right in my
straight from Ohio, the Liverpool loyal, Ron Horwitz. He's got a camera.
And he's got good internet.
He's got a. How does it feel to be a person now since you have internet and a camera?
Um,
Wow.
It's underrated, underwhelming.
yeah.
Speaking of underwhelming, this past weekend, Chelsea, we got whooped 3-0 to the bad guys, the citizens. Fortunately, Amir's not here to rub it in our face and say, "Oh, Man City, we won." Oh, Caduce,
What's up, bro?
what you got to say about the game last week, man? It was a tough
Um,
game for us watching it.
Man, honestly, I felt sick to my stomach, dog. Like, every time I see Chelsea lose games, you know what I'm saying? As a Chelsea fan, it's just not something that, you wake up in the morning, fucking looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even watch the highlights afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like when your team just like loses that bad, dog, you don't even try to like think about it. But yeah, there were a lot of shit that I think. In fact, actually, what I was gonna say was I thought it was sort of inevitable the way things were going. I mean, start to the season, the teams that we played are expected to always have a good start to the season. Like Swansea last year, Gary Monk was like he and Jose Mourinho were the only two managers who went 5 games undefeated. So I expect that same result from him. And then with Manchester City, they always start the season off strong. So, um, yeah, it's sad that we lost to City, especially in the manner that we did. But I also felt as if like it was more of like an inevitability, just because I mean we're playing two very strong teams who also start the season very strong. Um, so yeah, bad loss, but I think going to the next week's game we're gonna recover well. So
Sean, what do you have to say about that? I mean, I've got my own comments on
Um,
that, but I'd like to hear what you have to say first.
I thought it was hilarious, to be honest with you.
oh wow,
Um, no, but I mean, seriously though, like even if Swansea do start fast, even if Manchester City do start fast, to tie Swansea at home on your opener, so I don't think Swansea. I forget the last time they won at Stamford Bridge was quite a while ago, and even if you do lose to City on the road, it's not that big of a deal. But the way that you lost was
yeah,
it
tragic.
wasn't even close.
Yeah,
You never looked like you were really in the game. There was only one real scoring chance the entire game.
true.
Yeah, I have to agree with Sean here because I mean, a 3-0 loss is not like it's un-Mourinho like, it's un-Chelsea like to go down like that. Um, it's a lot of I think a lot of Chelsea fans might be hitting the panic button just because when you take into account the FA Cup charity game, Hazard has been missing, which is worrying. I don't know when he's gonna come in and step up. Hopefully, he steps up against West Brom. We'll see. Um, Ivanovic is aging, as we could tell. We're seeing it. I mean, he Sterling didn't have his number that day, but against Swansea, Montero, my God, had him in his pocket the whole match, and I think that may be a liability later in the match. And also, something about Terry, that was the first time ever Mourinho's done that.
Yeah,
It was purely tactical. I'm not
very.
sure what to make of it. A lot of Chelsea fans might panic about it. I don't know, but this is I think we should be worried because is
Uh,
City's
I
looking
wouldn't.
dominant. They're doing the things that they should have been doing last year. Aguero should have had a hat trick. Begovic made two incredible saves that first half. Their defense is actually companies not making mistakes that he did last year. They just look like the champions that we saw in 2013.
Yeah.
So it's a worry for all the league, but Chelsea fans, we should be pretty scared.
I don't know about scared, but I mean, like, and the reason why I'm saying that I don't know about scared is because if there's anybody that knows how to deal with pressure most, it's Jose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's anybody that knows how to, you know, deal with, not just the pressure of getting results, but also the pressure from upstairs of making sure players are okay, making sure the environment of the team is okay, it's Jose. But yeah, my thing is that the main reason why I say I wouldn't be scared, first of all, is because again, I think that from this point on, I don't really see us taking any more L's. You know what I'm saying? And I'm basing this from like last season, like performance against the teams that we played so far. Last season, we were the only team to ever tie with Manchester City at home and at away. You know what I'm saying? And it's good that we've gotten our biggest competition out the way, so we can focus on more littler clubs. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the panic button, we shouldn't push it yet. We should push the panic button if we lose next week. So
Yeah, most definitely.
The
yeah,
only thing that I would also say about that is you look at Real last year, and they were, what was it, like 20 some odd games where they didn't lose, and they ended up winning nothing.
right.
It's too early, I think, to say something like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with
Yeah, that's
that.
definitely true. Well, on Merseyside, a special club, the Warriors Red, won 2 games out of 2 games. You don't hear that often. Maybe that happened when they were winning trophies back when dinosaurs were roaming the earth. But
But,
two
yeah.
impressive wins. Not so impressive. 2 wins. We'll leave it at that. One from the magic of the little Brazilian Felipe Coutinho.
Like I said,
Another one by the Belgian monster,
Hey.
Benteke Fried Chicken. Liverpool has been playing pretty good football. Now we're here with Sean Horowitz with his analysis on his team, Liverpool. What do you think? What do you have to say about the first 2 performances from your team so far? It's been two wins out of 2 games.
And that's really all that you can ask for. Especially when you start out a season, that you're gonna make mistakes and you're not gonna be as fresh. So to get 2 wins off the start, I mean, that's perfect. But they kind of in the same boat almost as United, where they have 2 wins, but neither of them looked convincing. The game against Stoke, neither team looked like they were really out there. They didn't. It was just an uninspired performance, and Coutinho, there was the one moment of magic that saved the game. Even he didn't look as good as he did last year in that game. He looked decent, and I didn't actually see the game yesterday, but I did see the
goal,
which
Also,
probably offside anyways. Yeah, but you can't do anything about it. The only thing that I would say about it is 2 clean sheets. That's the only positive.
Wow,
That's the big positive for me.
no, boy, this man talking about
That's the big
smooth.
positive for me.
What?
Yeah.
I think championship. Maybe it's too early to call championship type teams, but those type of performances, squeaking out wins, is what usually a Premier League title winner does.
Yeah.
I don't want to go as far as to say as Liverpool's going to win the league, but they're doing what they're supposed to do, and we're not doing what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to beat Swansea. We always win our openers. Sean, what do you have to say about the biggest worry for Liverpool last year was their scoring. I seen Benteke score last week. What do you think the mood is for most Liverpool fans right now? Is it optimistic? Do you think this is a team that could compete to win the title? Or even top four?
Top four is definite a possibility. They can definitely compete for the top four. I don't know that they'll get in it. If they keep playing like this, they will. Um, I don't think they'll challenge for the title, but they took care of the scoring problem. If they have a healthy Benteke and Sturridge, that'll be big.
Bro.
But neither of them are healthy usually. I think Danny Ings is actually a really good signing. 11 goals last year for Burnley, and he didn't have any real quality around him. And now if he has Firmino and Coutinho there, I think he could, depending on how much he plays, at least score another 10 goals this year. The midfield, I think, it might not be super impressive, but there's a lot of depth there. You figure Joe Allen is your like seventh midfielder. It's not terrible. And I guess at defense, that's the only thing that still concerns me a little bit. I like Moreno, but he was times last year when he looked really shaky. And if Lovren has looked pretty good the last two games, if he can at least recapture some of his form, then I think we'll definitely challenge for top four. But otherwise, the defense is the only thing that really scares me.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, I'll tell you. Yeah, I think that is true actually. The defense for Liverpool, I mean, I think that's like the most of the worries right now. In terms of midfield capabilities, I'm still sticking to my original notion that that's their strongest suit right now. And the reason why is that Savage, I mean the Brazilian Savage, Felipe Coutinho, what I'm saying, putting in goals, making out assists and shit. This man literally runs the midfield for Liverpool as predicted because with Gerrard gone and with responsibilities in terms of like assisting, creating chances, creating goals, it lies more on Coutinho, not because of not because he's told to, not because of like I don't think it's because Brendan Rodgers specifically told him to, but more of because he has that sort of who's the Iniesta-ish, like, what I'm saying, like, feel for the ball. He knows where players are going to be running. He knows how to maestro the midfield, So, yeah, don't be surprised if you start to see more continue during the season. Benteke, I feel as if Big Benteke is always going to be Benteke. Like, he's going to bang in goals. He's going to fuck up defenses. He's going to, do, like, crazy shit for the season. So, but, yeah, Liverpool this season, I mean, so far, I really won't. I don't want to say their first game wasn't convincing. For me, I think that was a convincing win. It was just a matter of getting those goals in. Their second game definitely was not convincing. But if they can beat Arsenal, well, I don't want to get into that. But anyway, yeah,
We're gonna talk about that match. A big match next Monday, Arsenal Liverpool. We'll talk about that.
Definitely, yeah.
With the talents of Coutinho and Benteke, hopefully you guys can reach fourth place and knock off, get Arsenal's trophy, fourth place, the coveted fourth place.
Hey, what happens if Arsene Wenger doesn't make fourth place or top four? You do know what happens, right?
The board will give him more money for him to invest in tippy tappy football. Let's pass, let's possess. Hey, let's pass, possess, and then complain at the end of the game when we don't score and we don't win and say they parked the bus. I see Wenger. Champions League football is back.
Yeah, turn up.
The magic at Old Trafford.
Yep.
We're all for Chicagoans who hate United as much as we hate the Panthers. But we have to give respect where respect is due. Memphis Depay scored two sick goals this past Tuesday. United with an impressive 3-1 win over Club Brugge. English teams are looking like they're gonna, United's gonna qualify.
Yep.
Other matches today, Valencia, Monaco. There was a pretty controversial call. Martial, whatever. Got fouled. Ref didn't call it. Changed the game. Boys, What do we got to make about the Champions League playoffs these past
Man,
days? What do you guys think about Depay's performance specifically? And do you guys think that he could be the number 7 that that Di Maria wasn't?
wow, this
Ah,
man did not. You did not.
I
Damn.
did. You think he could be the backup?
Uh,
The
Yeah,
Cantona of the 2015?
Manchester. Yeah. Man, Depay, man, like if his tattoos don't say anything about his demeanor as a player, if his, I don't know, athleticism doesn't say anything about his ability as a footballer, then I don't know what is, man. Like, although this guy didn't have a good first 2 games of the season, man, believe me, he's gonna shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, those goals were not, a product of teamwork. Those goals were solo goals, which is a scary thing too. You know what I'm saying? This man legit like did some Ronaldo shit. Like, and honest to God, like. I hate Manchester United being in the Champions League, but I love when players can, you know what I'm saying, make the Champions League pop. You know what I'm saying? You need those kind of players that I don't even know, like you might hate a team, but you can't really hate a player if the player's playing well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, man. Like shouts out to Depay, man. Like, I hope he just keeps like performing well. I mean that's a bonus for me, regardless. But yeah, I do think that playing Club Bruges was I don't because I was reading a lot of articles, sports articles talking about Memphis Depay slayed his first giant. I wouldn't necessarily say Club Bruges is a giant team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, by all means, they're not.
Yeah, but on the same token, like I mean, against the club, regardless, it's a fantastic performance. So definitely not like the best club he's gonna play against, but at the same time, like it gives like other clubs, other top clubs like Juve, fucking Barcelona, Chelsea, like something to be scared of. What I want to see is Manchester United in the Champions
Yeah, I
League.
won't go that far, but continue.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like what I want to see is Manchester United in the Champions League. Like that four, of Manchester, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Arsenal, like put up for England. You know what I'm saying? I feel as if like y'all they really need to like put up for England in the Champions League, G. Because man, Arsenal losing out early as fuck, Chelsea losing out early as fuck. Manchester United not even making it. Liverpool being relegated to the Europa League. Manchester City, like, bro, we like English clubs really gotta like turn up. You know what I'm saying? So.
Memphis Depay. Are we still talking about that?
I mean, you can expand on Kudusa shoutouts or talk about
Well,
the.
I think it's too early to say whether or not he's going to be a great player at United. The first goal was incredible, but also we've seen like Nani do stuff like that, and it doesn't always pan out. And the individual like flashes of brilliance don't always mean that he'll be able to keep that up, and he'll be able to
Yeah.
do it as often as Ronaldo if he. I don't know. I mean, I think it is too early. You see what he did in the World Cup, and it was impressive. But at the same time, the teams that you play in the World Cup aren't as good as I think even Premier League teams. So I don't know. It's too
Whoa,
early.
that's a long stretch.
Damn.
All right. Well, like who did the Netherlands play?
He played. He
In the-
scored. He
in the
scored
group stage.
as a sub against Australia.
Yeah, Ajax as well. Ajax is a very good team. Did they also play Vitasano?
Huh?
Right?
Vitasano?
We're talking about World Cup, man. The goals he had.
Oh, I thought you meant like teams he played, like clubs he played. I didn't know you meant.
No.
And he
Played
didn't even play for. He played for PSV, man. He didn't play for Ajax.
No, I thought you said. Are we talking about the teams the Pie has played so far that are good teams, or are you talking about when he was in the World Cup, like what teams the Dutch team faced that he actually had good performances against?
The World Cup teams, but I think we're getting off topic right now.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
His
I
first-
think Depay's goals were pretty good. I mean, this is the Champions League. You want to see the best clubs play at the best competition in Europe. I'm not
Right.
necess- I don't. I'm not convinced yet in United that they're one of the best clubs. I mean, they weren't the best club in England by far, but
I'll be back.
I mean, I think they deserve to be there just because the amount of money they splashed this summer. Well, that doesn't necessarily translate to like something they earned, but they have talent. You want to
Sure.
see them play in the best competition. Um, it looks like smooth sailings for United right now. They're up 3-1. Club Brugge has one away goal. It shouldn't really matter, but football is football. You never know what happens,
Right.
and we'll see how what group they're drawn in for the group stages. That should be pretty interesting for
I mean,
us to
like,
look
I,
at.
I was sorry. I was gonna ask you, like, how do you feel LGV is doing so far in terms of like managing United in both like Champions League and like Premier League? Because I can imagine how hard it's gonna get. You know what I'm saying? With like their upcoming features and shit in Premier League and trying to like I don't know, trying to adjust back to
I
Champions
don't
League
know.
system.
I think Louis Van Gaal is on good terms with certain players, good certain bad terms with others. We've seen that with obvious cases, Victor Valdez,
Yeah.
basically just like rode him. Uh, and there's also Ander Herrera. He's a quality player,
Yeah.
but I mean, with the midfield that they have, hard for him to start everybody and be happy. But I think Champions League will be great for those players, just because he's gonna have to rotate and keep the squad fresh, keep
Right.
players
Right.
happy. And Louis Van Gaal has experience with that. He's the only manager in the World Cup to play every player, so
True.
that shows something.
That does actually. I mean, like. I mean, as a manager, he's doing a fantastic job. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I could just wish is for like, um, I don't know, more club players. You know what I'm saying? To like, I didn't see Blackett at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, beginning of the season or even like Champions League. I didn't see Paddy McNair. I didn't see um, who else? Who else?
I mean,
But
it's only it was the third game of the season. It's like time will tell.
no, I'm trying to figure out whether like is he trying to do something different because I remember last season when I forgot I think their opener game was against Swansea and I think they
Yeah,
lost.
they
But I'm
lost at
saying
home. They lost at home. Yep.
yeah, but I'm saying like during that game he tried to experiment with a lot of younger United Academy players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know if is that something that like comparing last year to this year, that's something that he thought wasn't going to work out, and that's why he tried to fill a stronger squad, or was it just more of like a spur of the moment kind of thing?
Well, I think he signed players like Schweinsteiger to add experience because and Schneiderlin too. Well, Schneiderlin's not really that experienced yet. He's still how old is Schneiderlin? Maybe 25.
Yeah.
So right,
Yeah, so he's in the middle of his career. I think
Guppy,
the signings that he made were astute to like have a good mix of academy players and just experience.
yeah,
And I think it'll show later in the year. Yeah, he's gonna rotate players and bring up academy kids probably. So we'll see that from United. Hopefully, not hopefully. I could care less about United. I hate United. But maybe he'll play
yeah,
youth
we not
academy
sure,
players.
fucking United, shit,
This
but
weekend, two more
yeah,
leagues are popping off in
yep, yep,
Spain. La Liga, the league, is
yep,
kicking off. Barcelona hopes to retain its La Liga title,
mm,
while Atletico Madrid bolstered up the squad. Real Madrid got a fat man as coach that wants to talk about Mourinho all the time. And his wife,
uh,
stop talking.
then you gotta keep his
Um,
mouth shut,
and
shit,
Mourinho I trust. But
sir,
yeah, lots of stuff happening in La Liga. Serie A, Milan,
yeah,
both teams splash money. Juventus sold Pirlo, added
Yeah,
signings like Khedira
yeah.
and Diabla from is that how you pronounce it? Paulo Diabla?
I think it's
Dybala, right?
Diablo, same thing.
Yeah.
Diablo? I don't know.
Something. Yeah. Boys, what you guys got to make of La Liga this year? Any surprises? Do you think Barcelona's gonna repeat? Sean, I want to ask you first since we haven't heard from you much so far in recent minutes.
About La Liga or both?
About the world, man.
All right.
About your feelings.
Like,
No, I'm just kidding. It was La Liga. La Liga.
I think it's going to be Barca winning it. I think that Benitez. I don't know. I don't think Benitez is the manager that Real Madrid need. I think. I didn't think they really improved that much either during this transfer window. They didn't really bring in anybody that huge. They brought in Kovacic, but he's only 21. He probably won't get in that many games ahead of who they already have.
James, yeah.
Yeah. Barca, I think, are just. I'm not entirely sold on them, but I think their defense has some problems, as evidenced from giving up 8 goals in 2 games to Bilbao.
yeah, what was that about?
And
For real.
the only thing that kind of confuses me is why they're trying to sell Pedro when they can't bring in players until January. I don't understand that. I don't think Munir and Sandro are good enough to. I mean, if any of Neymar, Messi, or Suarez gets hurt, I mean, that's 3 players. That's more than a lot of teams have. But I don't understand why they're trying to sell him. But I think they have. I think they'll repeat probably.
Mm.
Um, what I was gonna say is, so far, I mean, like, I want to quote Marino when I say preseason is fake. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of no, it's true. Because a lot of times, like when players are coming back from preseason, or teams actually, let me say, it's either they're fielding a weak squad, they're fielding a squad that has yet a squad that like has new players that still haven't adapted to like the new agenda, or people just come back from vacation and they're just still like rusty leg. You know what I'm saying? Um, I definitely agree when you say Barca will win the La Liga. I really don't see Real Madrid being like a solid contender solely because of the fact that these niggas have not signed a legitimate player. Like they've always signed. I mean, like I don't know. You got to make sure that even if like your squad is already good enough, like if your squad is good enough, you should be winning like titles. You know what I'm saying? Real Madrid did not win anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Like I'm not even talking about no Copa del Rey. They didn't win the league. They didn't. I mean, for a team like Real Madrid not to be able to get that that equation down where if you have players that are good but you're not winning shit, like what does that mean? I mean, not necessarily signing more players, but signing the right players, right? The first mistake they made was Rafa Benitez and letting go of Carlos Ancelotti. Ancelotti, believe it or not, like was actually doing a pretty good job. I felt as if they shouldn't have let Ancelotti go, and that's like a lot of like the fucking like that's more like the motif of a lot of like big clubs. If a manager doesn't perform well one season, he's gone the next, which is not necessarily true. So again, Real Madrid definitely are not title contenders for me at this point. I want to see. I don't want to jump ahead. I want to see how far they do it in the season. But when Neymar gets back and we have MSN back and when you have like a tighter midfield with Busquets, Iniesta, and fucking Rakitic, right? Boost up Mascherano. Ter Stegen gets back on his game, or if not even Ter Stegen, put in Bravo and goalie. The defense does need some work. I feel as if like with the addition of like Vidal, right? Alexis Vidal, and with like the as the season goes on, I feel as if like the defense, which is usually the case, the defense doesn't have to do much because of most of the midfield and the fucking top 3 are usually talking the shit out of like fucking defenses. So yeah, Barca is gonna win the La Liga, no
That'll
doubt.
be now until January.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much gonna echo the same sentiments you all said. I think that Real Madrid's gonna flop. Yeah, pretty much a lot of people are writing them off.
I mean,
Mainly because Benitez and they didn't really sign anyone to like bolster that squad that didn't win anything. And so and the fact that Messi is just playing back to
God, man.
yeah, the man he looks like a man on a mission.
Bro.
Yeah, I feel like I think that Atletico is gonna be they're gonna play they're gonna hit hard on the counterattack. They made a lot of signings, a lot of good wingers. They signed Vieto from Villarreal.
Yep.
He can score too. Yannick Ferro Carrasco I think was a really good signing. Another winger, him and Griezmann on the wings is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, you said the
Especially
right word, man. Shit, Griezmann's gonna be a beast.
yeah, no, I think Atletico they're gonna. I think the counterattack is gonna be better than what it was before, and they already had a great counterattack. It's probably one of the best counterattacking teams in the world.
Right.
Um, so maybe they might. I don't know. They could challenge for the title.
Hey, I forgot. I don't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna think. Did they sign somebody else after they let go of Mandzukic? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They signed Jackson Martinez too.
Yeah, bro.
He's a proven goal scorer.
Right.
I think in my opinion, he's an upgrade to Manz. I don't know. Mandzukic is just very underrated for what he does. But
Man,
nonetheless, Mario. I was gonna call him Mario Gomez. Jackson Martinez is a quality striker. But at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be La Liga. I mean, it's gonna be Barca that wins La Liga again.
hey, man, and man, that's funny as hell, man. Cause like lately, I was starting to think that like after Atletico Madrid won the La Liga last year, what I'm saying, that maybe La Liga is being more fractionated. Maybe we can't be writing off a lot of these teams, right? But now, man, like Barca are flexing, man, and they're flexing hard. You know what I'm saying? And when Barca starts to flex hard, like that shit is scary. Shit.
One of the stories: don't flex too hard because it's scary.
Yeah.
Serie A, serious benders. AC
Yo.
Milan, Inter Milan flex their wallets. I'll tell you that right now. Juventus, not so much. They made some pretty good signings.
Yeah.
We don't really pay attention to Serie A, but since we're a soccer podcast, I guess we're obligated to go over
Yeah.
League, Europe, Serie A, Italy. You be the boppity Sean.
Okay.
Bop to you.
About Inter Milan and AC Milan and Juventus, but you haven't said a word about the team that's going to win.
Roma. Yes, duh. Yeah. Which one's
Roma. Roma are going to win the league this year. They have Edin Dzeko. They have Shed. They have a solid keeper. They have a forward who's better than a Serie A standard. They brought someone else in who I'm blanking on right now. Who did they bring in again?
Is this signed a defender that was Chelsea? He was like a replacement for Stones. I forgot his name, but he's like a German.
Wait, are we talking about Chelsea or are we talking about
No, we were gonna sign him, but Roma swooped in and signed him. He was like a replacement for Stones. We were gonna.
Wait, what was the player's name? I forgot.
I don't know his name, but it's not important anymore.
No, yeah, I think that Diao. I don't think Juve. They lost a few players. They lost. Or they brought in Mandzukic, I believe. So he's a solid forward for them. But they lost Pirlo, obviously.
Tevez.
That's right. They lost Tevez, but I think I don't know if they got an upgrade in what's his face, but Mandzukic. But I think he's a solid player, and I think he's like 3 years younger, which isn't that big of a deal. I think they'll probably finish second, but I could see AC Milan coming in third, I think.
Man, speaking of Syria, I mean, like, Syria is, I don't know, for me, the reason why I stopped watching Syria was because they they just stopped financially giving a fuck. Like, they just stopped trying to buy players that would attract fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you gonna have Milan come in seventh or eighth or whatever the fuck they came in last season? Like, this is the same Milan that's been through 5 Champions Leagues, fucking the same Milan that Ronaldinho played in, the same Milan that Ronaldo played in. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but this year I'm actually really starting to get into Serie A. I've been watching a lot of like the Milan preseason games, um, and I didn't even want to talk about Milan itself themselves, but just like Serie A in general. I feel as if like with a lot of people coming into Serie A with the introduction of like people like Dzeko, Baka, what's that one dude they signed, Adriano Silva.
Yeah.
People like that, like the influx of like foreign players into Serie A is what's really gonna kick off like the Italian Revolution. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just that, but like with the upbringing of like young players, and like they gave Paul Pogba, what's his number now? Number 10,
He's number
right?
10, yep.
Right?
Cartier,
Like, man, at that age, dog, with a big team like Juve, that's great responsibility, I think, for Pogba to have. You know what I'm saying? So Serie A this year, it's gonna be very, very like interesting, and like not a lot of, you don't hear people saying that a lot, but I feel as if like come this year, man, you're gonna start to see like wonderful goals coming out of like smaller clubs like fucking Lazio. No, I mean Lazio. I wouldn't really say Lazio's a small club, but you know what I'm saying though. Like Serie A this year, I feel as if it's gonna be really cracking. Winner of Serie A, I might be a little bit ambitious on this, but I feel as if it's probably gonna be between Milan or Roma. And the reason why I'm saying,
AC Milan?
yeah, like Milan, they did what they needed to do. Really, like they were just so tired, and their new coach, he's nothing they've had in the past before. Milan's past coaches have been fucking Leonardo. They've had people like why the fuck do they even have Inzaghi as the coach? Like, and that's the first. Isn't that like his first coaching job as like for a big club like Milan? You know what I'm saying? That made no sense.
Yeah, did they have Seedorf was a coach too at one time, right?
Right? Like, why the hell are they having like these former players coach the team? You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly that didn't work with Sadov. Why the fuck would they? I don't even want to into that, but yeah, I forgot what the new coach's name was. I think
He's like a
Halal.
Croatian guy.
Wait, what was it?
He's some Croatian.
Right, and that's the kind of like those are the kind of like people you need to be bringing into football. I understand that Italian football wants to have its own name, but at the same time, like when have you ever seen that work for a lot of like domestic leagues? You know what I'm saying? Like even English clubs, like they feel as if like a lot of like the English players are less value for their for what they pay them for. So yeah. Before I don't want to keep going on, but the one player that I really want to see come up is, well, two players, Kazuki Honda and he's really young, Ashiki Matur. Yeah. I hope to God like they give this kid a chance, man, because I swear if this kid can get his hands on the ball, he can do magical things, dog. So
Yellow card.
yeah. Milan and Roma.
Oh, and Salah was the guy who I completely forgot about.
Yeah.
And Antonio Rudiger is the defender.
Oh, for Roma.
Yeah, on loan from Stuttgart.
Shit.
So
And Salah and Dzeko and Rudiger and Szczesny.
Yeah. Well, who else came to Serie A this year? I'm trying to figure.
these nuts.
Boy, if you don't.
Syria.
No, but I feel, there was a Premier League player that went to Serie A this year. That wasn't Dzeko. I'm pretty sure, right? There was I'm trying to remember his name.
While you remember his name, transition.
Yeah.
This
Go on.
week
Yeah.
got some tasty, a couple tasty matches, I think.
Yes.
Monday, well, Reds play against the other Reds. Liverpool versus Arsenal.
Ooh.
Arsenal, it's having a typical Arsenal season right now.
Yeah.
Lost against West Ham at home, typical. Losing their match at home, and then bounced it back to beat Crystal Palace 2-1 in a pretty tough game. I thought they were going to lose that too or draw it. This is the first game of the match. Let's see how Arsene Wenger plays against another big team.
Bro, they're playing at home.
They've won 2 out of 2. This is the first true test of what Liverpool will face. I think we'll get a clear understanding of how serious Liverpool will be after this game. Sean, what do you have to? What is your insight about the game this Monday between Arsenal and Liverpool?
I think it's going to be a really good game, but I think at the Emirates, I think a draw would be a great result. I think that they'll be. I think that Arsenal will have some more energy after beating Crystal Palace because they're a pretty decent team, and I don't know, but I think a draw would be a good result from that game.
What do you feel the result will be?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kudus, you thinking the same thing about the match?
Yeah, and like when we watch like big games like this, like nobody expects like a 1-1. Nobody wants a 1-1 draw, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that's usually the case. But I hope to God it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want to see for instance the Man City Chelsea game. Although we lost, like it was still an interesting game to see 3 goals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty open to be honest because Liverpool they won both games, but like we said earlier, they weren't convincing.
Right.
Arsenal, on the other hand, is just having, like I said earlier, a typical Arsenal season. So you don't really know. I don't know what to expect from the match. I think that it probably will end 1-1. I hope not, but I think an interesting matchup might be if Oxlade-Chamberlain starts against Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez has played really well so far.
Bro, yes.
The Ox, the Ox, as much as I don't like, I mean, I don't hate Arsenal as much as I hate United, but you gotta give respect. Oxlade-Chamberlain is a great winger. I think that's gonna be a good battle in that game. He scored a spectacular goal against us in the FA Cup charity game.
Yeah.
That might look out to. What's up, Kudus?
I was gonna ask you like, who do you think should play and who do you think shouldn't play for both teams based on like the last 2 games?
Well, I mean, if it ain't broken, they'll fix it. So Liverpool should probably have the same 11.
Right.
Arsenal, I've just seen highlights of the matches. I didn't get a chance to wake up in time to watch the Crystal Palace Arsenal game, but knowing Arsenal, bro, like Ozil's gonna get injured. Someone's bound to get injured eventually, so might as well just start him. It's only a ticking time bomb. That's how the Arsenal season is. I say the game's probably gonna be 1-1.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, if there's anybody that can change the course of the game, it'll probably be Alexis Sanchez, and
Right.
based off like the performance against Crystal Palace, man, like all the hype about Sanchez, man, like it's well deserved, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like for a team like Arsenal to put so much weight on a player like that, the last person they did that to was Thierry Henry. You know what I'm saying? And for him to not only adjust to his like setting the way he has, but also to like come out of nowhere and like make like just like spectacular performances. I kid you not, this man literally won the game for Arsenal against Crystal Palace. Watching that game, dog, like just his movement and shit. And man, if there's anybody, like I said, if there's anybody on that team that can turn the tide of the game, it would have to be Alexis Sanchez. And the same thing for Liverpool too. If there's anybody that can turn the game, well, not just anybody, but like 2 people. If there are 2 people that for Liverpool, it would have to be Christian Benteke and Felipe Coutinho. You know what I'm saying? Either through like a direct goal or like, part of an assist to a goal. But yeah, those are the two people that, you have to watch out for Liverpool, and just Sanchez for Arsenal, man. He can't be stopped. Shit.
Thank you, base guy.
Thank you, base guy, man. For real.
The other team in Tyneside, no, not Tyneside. The other team in Merseyside, Everton,
Yeah.
had an impressive win at Southampton, winning 3-0. Emphatic. Lukaku with the brace.
Yeah.
Barkley with the other goal outside the box. It was a beauty playing against City. The dudes
Yeah.
that whooped their ass
I
last.
hope my nigga does, man.
Kudus,
What's up?
my man. This is another big match.
Yes,
How do
sir.
you think Everton will transition from, both teams with impressive wins? How do you think this game will fare for both teams?
Everton's gonna lose. I'm sorry.
Well, last week they're gonna lose this week.
They're gonna lose against Manchester City, and damn, it sounds blunt as fuck, but it's true. They're gonna lose against Manchester City.
Okay.
There is no analysis about it. There is no, it's just a blunt ass fact, dog. They're gonna lose against Manchester City.
All right, we'll go to Sean for some analytical, witty commentary. What you got, Sean?
I think they're also. I think they'll lose, but I think it'll be closer than what Kudus expects. I think coming off of a 3-0 win, and I think anytime you go and play a big team like City, you'll be more into it than if they had just traveled to like Newcastle or Sunderland or some average team. That being said, I don't think they really stand a chance, but.
Damn.
Hey, we'll be honest here, man. Shit.
I think it could be 2-1. I think they'll threaten City. I just don't think they have what it takes to
beat them.
beat them. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the question we all really have to ask ourselves is the Aguero factor. How do you stop that, man? You know what I'm saying? If John Terry can't stop Aguero, do you think Leighton Baines is injured right now, but I'm saying, do you think the Everton defense has enough, courage enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able to, silence this guy for 90 minutes?
Maybe. John Stones is a pretty decent defender.
Yeah, John Stones is great. I want John Stones in the Chelsea shirt.
Hey, so do I, too, bro.
I don't know. I think, it'll probably be City that wins it. It could be a thriller like the whole Chelsea-Everton match last year with the 3-3 draw. That would be great if we have a match like that. But
like that, shit.
Lukaku's not gonna have the same. I think the way Company and Mangala played last week.
Bro,
Lukaku's not gonna have. He's not gonna be able to run into space
right.
and score the goals like he did. I don't know. I think City will probably win. But like Sean said, I feel like it's going to be a closer game than what you said. Maybe I'm hoping 2-1. 3-2 would be great. If there's a 3-2 match,
that would be fantastic.
that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Speaking of fantastic, a certain team, Leicester City, have been playing out of this world. Riyad Mahrez playing out of this world.
Yep.
2 wins. Yep, repping Mahrez from the Algerian, the Algerian connection right here.
Hey, get on that, Sean.
Do it. Yeah, but Leicester City, Claudio Ranieri's former Blues managers getting the best out of that team. They play Tottenham Hotspurs this Saturday, looking like a pretty interesting match. Spurs gave up 2 goals at home against Stoke City. Tottenham Hotspurs. That's Spurs for you. And then the week before, what was the result? Who'd they play again? They lost to United, which was a pretty unfair result since they sort of played better than United that game actually.
Yeah. Wait, Leicester City?
No, Spurs, their first game.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you guys have to think about this game? This could has the potential to be a pretty interesting match to watch.
I think that'll probably be the best game of the weekend. With the way that they're playing, with the way they're playing. But the only thing is, I don't know if Tottenham are going to be up to. Is it at Leicester or is it?
Yeah,
it's
I
at,
think it's home. Leicester's playing at home.
I think Leicester will probably beat them. To be honest, I think it could be. I think it'll be a really close game, but I think that Leicester will sneak out a win. They've been playing amazing, and even though Spurs did look like the better team against United, they still didn't look super convincing. They looked fairly average still. United just looked worse for me. And I didn't actually see the Stoke game. The Stoke are a decent team, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
I can see a 2-0 win for Leicester or 3-1.
Kudus.
Man, first of all, shout out to Claudio Ranieri, man. Like coming out of France from French team to lit up the Premier League like that, like shit. Again, shout outs to Claudio. I feel as if wait, are they playing at White Hart Lane or are they gonna be playing at Leicester?
We just talked about this, man.
I'm sorry, I tripped.
Leicester's at home. Just for the viewers out there, it's 12:22 a.m. and it's 1:22 a.m. where Sean is, so we're pretty tired. But we do this because we love the game.
Hey, I love football, G. You know what I'm saying? I'd die for football. But yeah, I think it's gonna actually be a close game. I think that is Imler gonna be able to play after they signed him, or is he still gonna be on like fucking bench?
Alright. And you got a score line for us?
Shit, 2-1.
Yeah.
Harry Kane
2-1.
turns out.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm saying, yeah, I think it's gonna be 2-1, 2-1, something like that. 2-1 Leicester.
Wait, Leicester winning it or
I'm saying Leicester will win it. You're saying Spurs are gonna win it?
what? Yeah, I think Spurs are gonna win it.
Okay.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Like Leicester had a fantastic start to the season. I mean, and the teams that they play weren't like small clubs. You know what I'm saying? Well, they weren't small clubs and like compared to other leagues, but yeah, I think they're gonna have to take this out. It's gonna be a hard fall game, but they're gonna have to take this out. So,
We'll see.
uh,
Well,
Alright, so
last match we'll preview. United Newcastle. Newcastle just signed another Frenchman. Can you believe it? Party's gone and the French connection is still happening. This time Florian Thauvin, another Marseille exodus, is gone from the club. United coming off that win from Old Trafford. I think the game might be at St. James Park. Let me see. I need to do some research before we get on the internet. We're not looking professional right now.
Sure.
Wow. For Chicagoans, man, we just do this.
Hey man, I feel like that. You know what I'm
Yeah, the
saying?
game is at Old Trafford. Okay, so yeah, United will win. That's my analysis. That's because it's at home. No, but real talk, I think United coming
Against
off.
Southampton.
What's up?
United against Southampton.
Newcastle.
Nah, Newcastle. It's at Old
Oh,
Trafford. Yeah. Yeah, United coming off that win. Yeah. Well, actually, Newcastle,
yeah, I was about to say
like, that first game was pretty. They did pretty well their first game. They tied against Southampton.
right, they were losing like 2-0, so
Yeah, they lost last week.
At Southampton, I think, too.
No, they tied their first game against Southampton.
Yeah, but I mean, at Southampton, wasn't it?
yeah.
It was at Southampton. No. They tied.
It was that fucking St. James Park.
Yeah, they tied at home. Their
Yeah.
second game, I don't know who they played their second game.
Their second game,
Red carded, though, and sent off at the back.
Yeah, but yo, point is, yeah, Newcastle will probably take the L. Newcastle are gonna lose. United will win. 3. No, it's not gonna be that bad. It's gonna be 2-0. No. Yeah, 2-0. That's
Man,
all the analysis I got.
let's see. I mean, the reason. Oh, sorry. Someone saying something?
No one said anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this short, man. The reason why I feel as if like United will not have as good a game as I think they will is because always coming out of a Champions League match is gonna take a lot out of players. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily like a hard fought match, but at the same time, like having 2 matches in the span of like 5 days is gonna be sort of challenging for some players, especially like players like Depay who really aren't like that experienced to how fast Premier League football is. Like there's so many matches in such a short period of time. But come on, don't do that. But yeah, I feel as if like Newcastle will turn up. I feel as if like it's gonna be a shock defeat for United, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, because again, it's still the beginning of the season, but with people like Papa Cisse, Sissoko definitely is gonna turn up. And I forgot they had like a new addition to the team. I forgot what his name was. What was his name again?
Mitrovic.
Yeah, Mitrovic, Wijnaldum. They signed some pretty good up and comers.
Yeah, yeah. There was this player that I had in my head.
Why do you think, Sean?
Yeah.
1-0 United.
1-0 United.
I'm still not convinced that they're this super impressive. A win against Club Brugge doesn't really get me excited about them. I don't see. I think they're still better than Newcastle though, but I think it'll be a fairly boring game. I don't know.
Yeah. Sean, I mean, producer, you remember your name now?
Yeah, I'm looking up the guy's name. Like his name is like on the tip of my tongue. I think number 17 plays up top. I think he's like striker partners with Cisse.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. How the
Yeah,
fuck can I remember? That's such a simple name too. Yeah, but yeah, also watch out for that guy too. He's been known to like come out of left field and just like do not some lethal shit, but like get good results for the team. So yeah, Perez is also gonna be a person to watch out for. But I don't think
folks.
no. Wait, what?
No, just remember, Sissoko's gonna turn up.
Yes.
Mitrovic will turn up.
Yep.
And Ayoze Perez will do some lethal shit.
Ayoze! What a fantastic goal! Ayoze Perez from the left field. Newcastle 1-0.
Okay.
Hey, watch this. Yeah. Watch. Shit.
It's about that time, folks, where...
Yeah. I thought we were talking about the transfers and shit.
Oh, well, we can talk about this for a little bit. Or not.
I got one transfer.
Oh. I think we're almost going to we're reaching the hour mark.
Yeah.
This is the mark where we say our goodbyes, we give our thanks. Any shout outs you guys want to give before we log out, sign out, Sean? Give a shout outs to the homies.
Shout outs to livescore.com.
I said Sean.
Okay, nigga. Alright, shit.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Kudus.
Alright, babe. Love you too, man.
I had and I forgot.
Okay. Kudus, any shout outs?
Yeah, like I was saying, shout outs to livescore.com. If y'all looking for like any sports scores, any live games going on, they literally have like all the games for every country that's out there. Shout outs to you again, my nigga, for putting this shit together, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Old Spice, yes, to Old Spice too, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay fresh while having podcasts and shit. But also, if, man, this is a long shot, but if Eden Hazard or Yannick Bolasie is watching this, man, like, yo, hit your boy up on Twitter and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young comer and shit. I love football, man, so hit me up on Twitter or something. Yeah.
All right. Well, I like to give a shout out to Fabrice for making me feel making my room fresh. Shouts out to Old Spice, the classic, because I'm a classy person. Shouts out to all the viewers, all 2 viewers that came and
Yes.
us live, appreciate it.
Yes.
And shout outs to my fam and my brothers back home.
Big up for Breeze too.
So this is 2 Blues, 1 Red, a noisy neighbor. 4 Chicagoans who hate United as much as we hate the Packers. And shout outs to Amir. He's not here right now. And if you'd like to stay up to date with our stuff, you can like us on Facebook. It's 2 Blues, 1
Red.
Yep.
And a
noisy neighbor. It's on Facebook. And if you don't have a Facebook, you can Google it, find our Facebook page, make a Facebook, and then like it.
Yep. And also you can follow us at, what was it? The bus is parked, right? We parked. We came.
Yeah, you can follow my sports blog, Twitter page. At We Came, Saw, Parked. It's all one word.
Yeah.
Or if you'd like to follow me on my personal page, is 2 underscores Hamidullah, HAMEEDULLAH.
For everybody that's also interested, we'll leave the links below to the Twitter, to the YouTube, and also to the Facebook. So in case you guys weren't able to find us, we'll just leave the link below. So yeah.
Well, that does it, folks. Like us, subscribe, all that typical and YouTube stuff. Subscribe. Videos.
Subscribe, y'all. Shit.
Yeah.
We out.
I love you.
Yeah.
All right. I see how it is, bro. Kudus, I love you, though.
Love you too, bro. My man.
I said I loved you.
Oh, you love me. Past tense. Oh, okay.
I said I love you.
Right. Hey,
all right, guys.
We gotta stay together, man.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.